Hey team, this is something new for Looping Reactions. It is a Patreon request from Matt from the distance, who has become a really good friend via this beautiful thing of YouTube and the internet and collective looping music life. But he's also a Patreon, so I appreciate you, Matt. Thanks for being a Patreon, and thanks for requesting this. Confession time. I have never seen Reggie Watts before, as far as I'm aware. I was reading a little bit, and it looks like I'm trying to think, he leads a band on Jimmy Fallon or something, so maybe I've come across him through watching other things. But I'm excited for this because all of the loop reaction videos I've done so far have been from people that, and what I talk about on the channel, have been from people that we plan how we're going to do our loops. And Reggie's show is improvised with a looper. So literally I looked up Wikipedia. I'm like, Reggie Watts is an American comedian, actor, beatboxer and musician. His improvised musical sets are created using only his voice, a keyboard and a looping machine. I paused on improvised, not to say improvised. I feel like I was about to do this, improvised. I wanted to emphasize improvised because they're made up, which is, again, very different. So let's get into it. I'm excited to see what we dive into, and I like this. It's kind of quite edgy, isn't it, really? Like just jumping on stage with your loop pedal, your voice, and being like, whatever comes out is whatever comes out.
That was time for something very unique indeed, and a little bit different from our regular stand-up guest. This man is a huge star in the US, and it's my pleasure to have him on British TV for the very first time. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the fantastic Mr. Reggie Watts!
Who would be scared right now?
Thank you.
Just a microphone and a loop pedal.
What can I say?
Audience.
You know, it's been a great year, coming to a close, and all I can say is, got for you a few bits of technology that we're going to be running through this evening. So, hope that you guys are going to go along for the ride. So. A lot of you guys have been writing in about what's this box here. I believe you two over there were specifically asking about this box. It's a reverb box. It contains all the reverbs of the known universes, but slightly
Nice.
differently.
We're going to get
Now, over time, a lot of you guys
pedal
have
lesson
been writing
too.
about certain things that other people have said that certain things are not about the certainty of those things that should be certain amongst those people who are so certain about the certainty of uncertainty itself, and that's fine. But we've been working about this for quite some time.
So without further ado, I think one of my favorite things that I really enjoy doing is doing different types of songs for people, different types of people. I know most of the people in here are Anglo-Saxon and have been raised here, are from here, and are not people of color. People of color are people that you can look at and you're like, okay, there's a little bit of color there. So definitely be on the lookout of those people. There's a lot of people. I'm not going to point them out. Without further ado, I'd like to do this this still thing here with this.
Okay, so I'm not sure how old. I should have looked up how old this video is, but this is a really. My brain's trying to take over because the looper he's running is an old looping system, and I know I've seen it, and it may come to mind, it may not. But anyway, who knows? Maybe we'll zoom in on it somewhere in a shot.
So I want you to follow this. Hold on, I'm going to put this over here. Just going to set this inside here. I'm going to make an adjustment here. What you guys I know you guys can't see here, but if you look at the monitors, you'll be able to see. I'm just touching right here. Okay. Take this. I'm just going to put it here. A little bit of pressure. I'm just going to squeeze it and rotate it. Okay. Okay. Now, it just kind of goes down like this, okay? I'm going to or de-rotate it. Okay. Move this over here by the table. You're going to want to leave a gap of about this much here when you're doing this, just to give yourself a little bit of room. I'm going to try to find the end of this.
I love a good entertainer, and I think one of the funniest things that is captivating for me is someone that just holds a presence. Like we haven't started yet, but we've totally started, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I'm like, we haven't started. I'm still very excited for what's about to happen.
This cable. Where do we start? Well, we start where we can see the cable, which is right here. Okay? I'm just going to follow this over here. I'm just going to just slowly pull along here until there's a little bit of resistance. Oh, okay, there's the end. Okay. So we're just going to rotate this around this way. I'm going to put it under here. Okay. And just give a little bit of a tug. I'm going to take it over here just to see if it can do that. Okay. I'm just going to take it back out of there now that we know that that's possible. And I'm just going to find the hole. Try practicing by not looking. It's always a good one. Oh, there it is. Okay. And just gently, a little pressure, kind of in and out, but not all the way at first. Okay? You want a little bit of surprise later on. Okay? And then at a certain moment, boom, there's the full ride. Okay? Okay, so now we know the parameters. So now let's just check this. Uh-oh, what's happened here? This wire's under this wire. It makes it real hard to get the microphone through. So, let's lift this up like this. Put this underneath like this. And just bring it out like this. Okay? Just
I think I'm going to try this at my next gig when I'm sitting up. I'll just start sitting up.
Just gonna talk into it like this, okay? Talk into it like this. Okay, so this first song that I'm going to do for you, this is a song that comes all the way from Australia, where I'm from, and I want you guys to really give it up. This goes out all the Joeys out there, the kangaroos, all the wallabies, the bilbies, all of those. Okay, so here we go.
So I'm curious at this point, just before he gets into it, like how much this is planned in terms of the song side of stuff. I don't know. So you guys will have to fill me in, because this is like my first experience of Reggie Watts. So yeah, let me know if this is like, if you've seen other videos with this song, or if it's like genuinely just gets created in a different manner each time, versus like, is this completely improvised, that there wasn't even a song before? Loop one.
Come on, yeah, come on. Sometimes 85,365 people and stuff. Like if I do this fast with bicycle, that broke in my zone to be out. Just the underwear, it's my underpants and my trousers shits. For the guts of fire, wanna freaking sound like the fast around like a freaking I say. So my love at the fans, I'm on the glass of milk. Bells don't taste, so we never the fans, I'm gonna get some comments. If it's about the pick it up, I'm rocking the top like a dungeon by typical woman fucking. Cause you're what? So what? So what? Put your hand in the cookie jar. 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 Yeah, come on. Yeah.
Nice. Thank you. Felt like you clapping and applauding as well.
This is a beat.
Okay, so this is cool. I love. I you know what? There's something beautiful about how simple that is, and yeah, it's a lot of the things we've been discussing on the channel. Of like in the Jacob McCaslin video with Superstition, where he did those great stops. It's like, I love the fact of him really getting into it, and it would be different every time, like watching that. But being engaged with the loop rather than setting a loop and being like, cool, the loop's just doing its thing. I'm not really engaging with the loop. I'm not playing with it and stopping it. Brain's still definitely trying to figure out the green looping machine. I have a weird feeling it's like a Line 6 something, or maybe even TC Helicon old. It's something. It's gonna pop into my mind because I've come across it somewhere. Help me out.
I travel a lot. I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with hip hop. Anybody? Hip hop? How about dubstep? Dubstep? Yeah. Just like. How many people are familiar with garage? Okay. Craig David. Yeah? Amazing guy. How many people are familiar with Lisa Stansfield? Okay, not as much. How about Lisa Kudrow? Lisa Lampanelli? Lisa and Cult Jam? Michael Jackson? Australian way of pronouncing it? Michael Jackson? Anybody? No? Okay. So I'm going to take all of the suggestions that you guys just agreed with. I'm going to mix them up into one song, and I hope that you guys like it. Okay, here we go. Anyways, those are moist beats. I'm really I'm trying to get that to be like the next thing, because we have dubstep, and dubstep is like, oh, you know. It's like, oh.
This is like, looking this up as well. I mean, it's incredible, and it's something I was like, man, add that to my list of 10,000 things to do, right? Because I've just got plenty of time. But I would love to spend some time improving my beatboxing skills. And I mean, just part of me watching this was like, oh, can you please loop that and build something around it? Having a groove and building harmony into a loop from that in one take, and then being able to redub harmonies. I'm thinking of like chord progressions here with what he was doing with a beat at the same time. Would be epic.
Help! I can't stop. You know, like it's like that. But like I want some moist beats. You know what I'm saying? So you're just like, oh. That's the next shit. Okay, whatever. Okay, check it out. Okay, here we go. Check. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Every time I put myself in the line, no one tells me what it could be true. Even when I do it on my own, I never thought that I could be with you. You got me rolling along, shining my shoes, telling everybody that you're all out of view. And I want to buy some some biscuits, but they're out at the store every night. Shop, night shop, night shop. Throw it away, sneak it away. Trying to take 2 bars of chocolate, put it in my pocket. So when I come back in, my parents never noticed that I had extra cents. And if you wanna take a trip down the road, all you got to do is actuate the motor functions of the brain and just up down the road, just get out the way to go. Everyone, out, Geronimo. I just wanna do a horse up because I never ever gave it some time. Oh, if you got it, it's some time. It's on, it's a just a little bit tight. I wanna know what it takes to love you.
Okay, I love that. Like, how simple was that one loop, and we're in for. I mean, such a great vocal, captivating dude. And but I literally had a thought to pause it. Now I'm not sure what I was gonna say. Oh, that's right. He reminds me somewhat and very different in their general manner as well, but of it'll come to me as well. Bobby McFerrin, whose whole live show is just no looping, but him on stage, just vocal, amazing vocal capacity and ability, and I'd love to at some stage maybe on the channel dive into some of his pitching and work, Bobby McFerrin that is, vocal wise. But I love that the two of them just hold, it's improvised and they hold a stage vocally with what they do. But I'm loving how quickly there's a loop and we're into a song, using beatboxing, no guitars, no keyboards, just vocals.
That's my beat, yeah. Okay, here we go. Anyone, take it back, see the percussion, come on, let's put that, Rakita, 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 Sono, Shella, Patapata, Ricata, Possibly pick up a quarter, the evening time, but give me some of them to the Brixton time, the name is some of the Boston day, but I'm at the Macan and upon the bed. We must hold the false Christ, and the false place, and up to the bomb place, I got to go scusk, the potence, to get canton for bomb flow, the big on bleu, the pit of a bleu, pick up patas to get the lumber, make it for some of them to put some of the things to get the games to go. Condom style.
This also reminds me of how very different I think the approach is to doing a, like, let's say a bar or a corporate scene gig where you're hired to go and entertain versus doing your own ticketed show. It is your performance. Please come and see me. We'll hang out. But it's my show, and there's a very, very different energy for me that comes with that, and a different attitude, I think, as well, of what you create and get to share with people in a show. So just my 2 cents in the middle of this video.
Everybody wants to have some fun, but you don't know how it goes. Everybody wants to feel some fun, but they never know how it goes.
Oh yeah. That's better.
It's 7 o'clock here at the BBC News, and we're looking at least 4 more years in the Mogadishu issue. But we hope that conflict
Nice.
continues, otherwise we'll be out of work.
There's this beautiful balance of being able to do this with a mic and having hands to control things, I think. Sometimes we're a little bit limited, like, although in saying that now, I have an expression pedal dialed in with the RC300 and with the with any loop pedal at all. You could put a volume pedal in the chain to control your loop and do this whilst if you're playing guitar and things like that. So these are all options. A bunch of people have also been suggesting the RC505 to me, which obviously I like. It's a great pedal. Didn't want to go down the route of having a MIDI controller run it all just at the moment. But yeah, I like these changes, being able to be like, right, I can stop a loop, obviously effects. And the other thing that's coming in that's super common from watching a lot of these loop reaction videos is overdubs building harmonies or to that effect, which is what we just had as well. Thanks, Matt, for just suggesting this. I feel like this is great. I get to make a video and like pick apart all of what's going on inside my head, but also just enjoying hanging out and
So,
watching
without
the
further
show.
ado, I'd like to say ladies and gentlemen, that it has been an absolute pleasure. It's the first time that I've gotten to perform on stage at all, and I owe it all up to all of the regions of London, all 5 of them, and all of the statesmen, the MPs, the PMs, the SSRs, and the 565s. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for having me this evening, and I'll see you next week on Sound and Flattercraft.
Hey! All right, well,
Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Reggie Wall! Thank you very much for watching the
Nice.
news.
that is my first Reggie Watts experience. An experience it was. Digging it. I have not thought. I thought I would recall the pedal being used, but I haven't. So help me out in the comments if you know what it is. Matt, you probably do because you probably follow him. I will probably go and look it up, to be honest. But love it. I love the simplicity of being able to create everything from the vocal. It's super, super cool. And the only time I've done this, and I've only done it a few times live, is building Don't Worry Be Happy by Bobby McFerrin with all the parts just vocally, but it just takes quite a long time, to be honest. So and it's a long time since I've done it, but thanks for tuning in. I hope you got something out of it as well. All of these things, I'm like, it's just like new ideas, new insights. I loved his presence and an awesome beatboxing vocal capabilities, so very cool. Thank you very much, team. See you later.